A lot of talk today about Trina Gail Tolson. She is the Lexington woman who was hit and killed last night while walking on Winchester Road near East Loudon Avenue.
Now business owners and people who live in that area say something has to be done to stop more accidents. WKYT's Jeremy Toms and photojournalist Darnell Crenshaw have the story.
Yes, we often hear the screech, the brakes of a truck or a motorcycle, and it's always a scary moment.
Don Barker is the manager of Murphy's Camera. He's been with the store that sits on Winchester Road and Loudon Avenue for more than 40 years. He thinks dozens of people a day cross 4 to 5 lanes on Winchester Road against traffic.
There's a crest as you're going away from town. It's kind of a rise.
We drove that crest, and above it appeared a woman in the middle of the street crossing to the Thornton's gas station, the same area where Tolson died. People we spoke with say Strader Drive in Winchester is a popular place to cross. It's between the Sportsman Motel and the gas station. Janet Evans walks in this area.
A lot of them that, you know, they're probably a little intoxicated, but if you're a driver in a car, I think you ought to have a little more courteous for people that you see as pedestrians.
Sadly, the woman who was killed yesterday, we know her well.
Ginny Ramsey, the director of the Catholic Action Center, says Tolson stopped by last night to get a to-go plate.
Little did we know that was her last meal.
Ramsey says some people from the homeless shelter cross this part of Winchester Road.
This kind of tragedy that happened yesterday to Trina has got to remind all of us. We've got to stay aware that other people's lives are in the balance.
But Evans is not taking any unsafe chances crossing.
But if it's, you know, to save my life, and again, if they're going to hit me, they're going to have to hit me at the crosswalk.
In Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Well, Lexington police do have some tips for pedestrians and drivers, and we have those for you inside this story in the WKYT News app and also on WKYT.com.